Hi, and welcome to another edition of the Sustainable Scoop. Back with the Sustainable Scoop is Greg Moran. He's the Vice President of Mach 30, and he's also a founding member.
Yes, thanks for having us back.
I'm so glad to have you here, and I want to start off by congratulating you on a fantastic conference at Tech Shop, Apogee 3, right?
That's correct.
Tell me how it went.
It went really well. We had really good attendance, and I think the best part about it is that everyone was engaged. High quality content. It was great speakers, great exhibitors, and even the attendees had a lot to contribute and participate.
And tell me about some of those speakers. Who showed up to share with your members?
So we had a full day of speakers and exhibitors lined up, starting off with a few folks in the morning. Eureka from the Mars simulated mission. She was an astronaut. We had David show off his launch day setup for high-power rocketry, and then switched to some afternoon presentations on CubeSats, CubeSat simulators, and of course, Jay, our president, was talking about the Mach 30 hardware projects as well.
It seems you left out the fireworks. Tell me also that people showed up and got a bit of an experience, right?
That's true. We had one exhibit that was a Shepard test stand. We talked about last time with Nort. It's a rocket engine test stand. So we actually had rockets, we had rocket fuel, and let's just say not all of your best laid plans go 100% like you had intended.
Which is so exciting, and probably another reason that all of you guys love to get together.
That's true.
And now your members of Mach 30, they get together online, but around the world, right?
That's true. Mach 30 is a distributed group, so we're all over the world, including foreign countries as far around the globe as the Philippines. So we actually span the entire globe.
And the goal, correct me if I'm wrong, is really to democratize access to space, not just leave it to NASA and to big businesses, but to individual citizens to have access to perhaps even launch into space.
Exactly. Just anybody like you or me could contribute to open source spaceflight hardware project. And as a public charity, Mach 30 wants to see more people contribute and more progress be made faster.
Well, and that's the real beauty of open source. I mean, aside from getting bragging rights and being able to say, I created this, really, you're contributing to somebody else's knowledge that they can build upon and get to where you want to go faster.
Exactly. And the fact that everything is published on our Open Design Engine website, all of the licenses are available for people to download our plans, build their own, share with other people, and contribute back. That's how it will happen faster.
So in this meeting that you had, you've already been very successful building hardware, you've worked on software,
yes.
But one of the things that Mach 30 really wants to work on in the upcoming year is building its communication base, its base of people that aren't just so knowledgeable about aerospace, but also about how to reach different people. Tell me about that.
Well, as you can imagine, a lot of techie types, a lot of engineers are interested when you start talking about spaceflight and contributing to hardware projects. But a lot of people don't realize that you can be non-technical, have other backgrounds besides engineering, and still contribute at Mach 30 because, like you mentioned right off the bat, communications. Science communication is one thing not a lot of engineers are really good at. Additionally, finance background, we need people to run our books. Volunteers will do our event coordination, graphics design, business management, you name it. Any kind of background that you would expect for organizations or businesses would be needed at Mach 30 as well.
And as you have all of these people that are working on these projects, they're also developing some expertise. And you told me a little bit about expertise in what was it? Tracking
documentation.
And documentation.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
Because of all projects are open source, that means we document them well and publish everything we possibly can. So over the past 7 years, we've built up quite a bit of experience and expertise in how to document a good project so that both your own developers and volunteers have documentation to go from. We would love to share that with folks. We would love to do some training or some classes or consulting if other groups need expertise on how to document a good project.
I can also see how this would be very valuable in education and for
Yes.
certain organizations that collaborate with one another to
Absolutely.
to share information and show them how they can be open source, but also proprietary in some of their ideas.
Sure. It doesn't require you to be open source to document your project, but that's one of the requirements of being open source is to document.
Okay, so you had a very successful conference, and now you're reaching out and you're trying to grow in different areas. Is there a membership fee to become involved with Mach 30?
There isn't a membership fee. We'll take anybody who wants to come and volunteer, but there is a vetting process, if you will. The first thing you do for Mach 30 is a little bit of time. Put forth some effort, some volunteering, and start with a small project. And for example, the technical projects, you'll start off with contributing to our own internal projects, our own Shepherd test stand, ground station, and future projects that we have coming up.
So a little sweat equity, and then they can hang out with you guys.
Exactly.
And they can dream big or dream far. And you're welcoming people who are interested in communications, engineers, people who just want to dabble with the idea and concept of the future of space.
Exactly.
All right, well, how do we get in touch with you?
Mach 30 is available on your favorite social media network app, so check us out online.
Okay, great. I want to thank you so much for coming to see us again, Greg.
My pleasure.
I can't wait to see your next big project, and I can't wait for you viewers to go online and check out Mach 30. In the meantime, I'm Miriam Gennari. That's the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.